Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of How to Render Characters for TEW 2016. I saw in one of the comments on the previous videos that you guys had asked me to do luchadoras, and even though they're not going to be a massive part or really a part at all of the first edition of the Londonverse, they are going to be one of the earliest editions after the first initial release has been made. So I've got no problem with rendering a couple luchadora characters for you guys to see. Very similar process to how we did it for the male luchadors not too long ago. In this episode we're going to be using the base female mask template I've made, exactly the same as what I did for the male template, except obviously it's a female character underneath. So we're going to get right into creating 3 luchadora characters. I already saved the mask designs that I'm going to use, so I haven't decided which specific 3 I'll be using, but it will be a combination of what was available to me. So first of all, let's put the mask on the character right away, or the design I should say. So we've got that nice and hunky-dory. Click on the right tab. Hang on. What is happening here? Hang on. Alright, I'm confused. I've confused myself already, that's not a good start. What is going on here? Surfaces. Materials. Loading something. What are you loading? Presets, editor. That's the one! I was messing around with the lighting off camera, so apologies for that little kerfuffle. Okay, so we're going to use the diffuse colour first of all to get the design on there. Ooh, not what we want to see. Mask designs. Okay, so the recent ones I saved are down here. First of all, we're going to go with this one just because that was the first one that caught my eye and I thought that's fantastic. Okay. And then what I have to do is go to the opacity tab here, browse for it, and I want to give it basically no face, just a blank mask. And knowing my luck, I haven't copied that template across, so oh no I have, we're fine. There we go. Don't worry, you won't actually be able to see the eyes in the render, and I will check just to make sure that that isn't the case before we finalise it. Okay, so let's give her some attire to wear with that. Don't really know what we're going to go for in terms of appearance here. So let's think. People, Genesis female 3. I know we've got some clothing in here. Dark Storm. What is that? Armour. Ooh. Okay. Well, this is what we're going to try now, just because I want to see what this looks like. Do a default load. You'll probably freak out and say there's nothing I can attach it to, but we can sort that out. Or it won't, and just won't load. So there's that. Oh, no, it's still trying to do something. Oh, have I caused it to... Whoa! Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. I want to move all of these up. Whether I can do that in one fell swoop, we're about to find out. Posing. Translation. Annoying. Okay, if I do that, delete it, I think I can sort that out. Go back to the content library. It's pretty outrageous looking outfit, this. I'll do the default load again because I've got nothing selected in the scene. It should be a bit closer to being where I want it to be. There you go, and then I can change the morph from there. So right, hopefully this is going to work. If it doesn't, I'll work something out. Actually, to be fair, I don't want this bit on here anyway. Delete that. Then if I can get this and drop it down. What I really want to do is scale. No, okay. There should be. I mean, to be fair, that might actually not be a bad look anyway if I change the colour of it. Okay, we don't actually need this stuff because that's not going to be in the shot, so delete that. We're just sticking with this. Nope, still not having it. Okay, right, fine. We'll work with this. We want to change the colour of this anyway, so let's go to surfacing and rendering. And then we're going to go here. Okay, I just want to put a darker red on it just to see how it looks. I can always change it back. Quite cool. Sorry, I was just squinting there to see if I liked it. Quite cool. Just thinking if anything else would work. I mean, let's just have a look just to see how this character looks. Well, first of all, let's I haven't done it for this one either. Need to go to lighting and cameras, default camera, headlamp off. That's freaky as hell. So file, merge, and we want the usual lights I go for, which are there. Okay. So I just want to see what this looks like, then I'll make a decision as to whether how I want to tweak it going forward. So let's see what this comes out with. Yeah, I'm not sold on the attire. The mask I like very much. The attire, I'm not sold on. So I'm going to actually do a bold decision and delete the attire. And we're going to have a look what else we can go for here. See, I don't know if something as simple as this would work. Because if I move this, so we'll move this up. I don't know if that's too simple a design for this character. I mean, it could work to be perfectly honest, but let's go back here. Let's see if there's any default color options, excuse me, that we like. I'm thinking possibly the red combination could work. Or do I just want to change it to an all red affair? Okay, let's try it like that. I'm not sold on this either. So let's have a look what else we have. Got basic wear stuff, that's not really what I'm thinking about. Go to Genesis. That could work actually. That would be something more in line with what I was thinking originally. Oh, there we go. If I get rid of that. Oh, whoops. That is my mistake. Okay. Scale. That's close to what I had in my mind actually. And I don't dislike the contrasting colours. So if I do it based on that, I can always change the colours afterwards. I think I might have to. If I give it just a general red hue, so go to the JS Vest, don't have a problem with the overall colour, but if I make it go, well, do they have actually a redder design? Because then I can just use that. Maybe that is the one we've got on now. It does look like the one we've got on now. That's unfortunate. Don't think any of them have more of a red hue than what the one that's already on there. So what I'll do is I'll cancel that, and I'll just try and manually make it look a bit redder. So this is going to be trial by error. Okay, so try I want to take the specular colour off because it's a bit too shiny. Try that just to see, because when it actually renders it might look more red. I clicked on render. Might stick with or alternatively, bear with me, I do that and change it to be red like that, turn the specular down again, actually what I could do might not look perfect, but we can say that it's part of the deliberate design attempt. If I actually use the mask as a base layer for the design, we could make something look a bit funky. Okay, so then take that to being there. Now if we should have horizontal tiles through, so for example, that's not going to come out in the design though, and I can't explain it other than showing it to you. Oh, it does. Brilliant. I'll be quiet then. That's quite cool. I have no problems with that actually. Quite pleased with that as a design. I'll just render her from this angle. Now I've got to think of a name. Suicide seems a bit too close to the bone. Out of interest. Okay. See, that would be ideal, but sometimes for some reason when you do it, look, I'll show you what I mean. If I do it there, that looks like it's going to come out fantastic in the design. If I hit render, look what happens. They're doing it again. Brilliant. Fine. We're sticking with that now. I like that character. It's a good luchador. Should probably be one of the top in the class. Right, render editor. So we start with something like that, which isn't great, and you saw all the transitions we get up until the end result that I'm happy with, which is that. Right, I'm trying to think of a character name for her. She-Devil. I say that as a joke, but actually that might work. Yeah, we're going to go with that now. going to be hyphened, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense, I don't know why I said that. Oh. She-devil. What is... Bear with me while I go to Google Translate, because that is my friend. Suicida. There you go. Because it's not quite the same, so that's what I'm going to go with. Click on the right thing, Scott, for God's sake, eh? Okay, so instead of that... Suicida. Copy that. Save that. There. File save as. Scene. And we're going to save Suicida. So that's the first Luchadora render. I'm happy with that. Fantastic mask design by the standard. I kind of incorporated that into the attire. And I think we've made it work. It might have changed actually on Daz in general, because what used to happen when you change the horizontal offset and the vertical offset for the mapping of the picture or the image that you're trying to get on a design, it used to work counterintuitively. So if you moved it into shot, sometimes it would actually appear on the backside, so you had to move the design from the view to not being in the view, and then when you rendered it, it would appear where it should do. It sounds weird, but that's the best way I can explain it, but I'm happy with that. If it's now working as one would assume it should, I'm happy with that. So, Suicida. Fantastic. Right. So, we'll change the mask design, then we'll change the person underneath it. Let's see, which out of the next designs do we want to use? Well, one of the early ones that caught my attention was this. I like that. Bloody hell. Look at the eyes! That's absolutely traumatizing. Okay, go to opacity strength, browse, and we want that design. Ta-da! I might leave the attire just on now because I might end up just changing the colour of it for this character. Okay, we want to change the woman underneath. Want to give her more of a Hispanic tone. So we go all the way to my library. Nope, we don't. We go poser format. Studio 3. Pose. And we go to my LRP lounge. Got a few sale items recently on Daz. Very pleased with that. Got some Genesis 3 morphs for male and female, so already done a render with that actually. I could always do another one in the following episode actually, just to show that new model and the capabilities of it. That might be the one we go for, so we'll just try this first of all. Yep, that's fine. Let's go for the... her eyes not... Ah, her eyes aren't on centre. That is going to frustrate me. Right, we can fix that though. Okay, brown eyes. Right. Scene. Head. Left eye, right eye. Posing, shaping. And this actually I don't think I've had to show someone in one of my videos yet, so this might be quite useful when I remember how to do it. I think it's parameters misc, and it is. So what you want to do is you want to highlight the right eye and the left eye in the scene if you want it to like be focused at the default camera. On the posing shaping tab, go to parameters, then misc, and then on here point at. Then we'll put it default camera, accept. It doesn't look like it's done anything, but it hasn't. Have I selected the mask? I've selected it on the mask, that's why. So the same rule's going to apply. Left eye and right eye. Oh. There we go. I just saw it unselect itself. Okay. Both should be selected. There we go. Point at. Same thing applies. Default camera. And again, might not look like it's done anything yet, but Weird how on the old one I used to be able to multi-select it, but okay, that's fine. So that's her left eye. Okay, we'll go to the right eye now. I don't know why it wants to do it one at a time, but so be it, we can still do that. Okay, so there you go. Now she's looking dead at the camera, and wherever the camera goes, her eyes will follow. Okay, so we'll do a bit of an angle. I really do like that shoulder pad design. I think that's fantastic. I want to change her facial structure. So it goes there. Go to the shaping tab. Let's do this. Let's just tweak around with some of this stuff. Don't worry about the head coming through, we can fix that. Okay. So, what we want to do there. I'll try and do it this way, if not, there's another way that I can fix it. So, full head. Then we want to do face depth. Got bottom depth and mid depth, and see. There should be a full one to be fair, but I can't actually see it. So maybe that is more of just a male feature, apparently. Okay, so that's fine. Right, the backup option was just to go to the mask. Posing. Like so. There you go, problem solved. Okay, so let's actually change the design of the shoulder pads, because this might look okay with this character as well. So let's see what other, in fact we might try and incorporate her mask design onto it as well. See what we can do with this. See with the black eyes there, that's not ideal. Oh cool, I'm going to change little bits and bobs as we go then. Okay, let's change that to... Okay, I like this. We're going to be very specific, so change that to purple. Let's try that. There we go. And that we're going to change to a blue. Let's find a blue. Okay. There we go. Now I want to specifically change the way that this is laid out. Yeah, I want it... is that shrinking it? No, that's fine. I think it's stretching it out. No, it might actually be shrinking it. Okay, what I want to do... There you go, like that. Have something similar to that. Actually, can I get rid of the opacity on that entirely just to see how it looks? How weird, why is it still red? Very weird. I saw it said scatter colour. It's not bad. Let's see if the design's actually synced up properly. What I might do actually is this. Bear with me, this is going to be strange, but I think it's going to look cool. I think we'll like it, because I think I'm going to like it. So, I'm pretty sure I highlighted what... Oh, no. I thought I could specifically highlight one. not the other. So what I was going to do is just make one of them disappear in opacity terms. And there's a very long way about doing that, but I'm not interested in doing that way, so... So, go back to the opacity. I don't understand why that's there. Then, just out of curiosity. Okay, right, if I bring the opacity for that back in, and then change that colour, more of that purpley thingy-majiggy. Okay, let's try that as a render, just to see what I think. That looks a bit better actually. But just... Okay, let's actually move the whole thing up slightly. Cool. That'll be the job, I think. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Now just think of a character name for them. I'm trying to think of something based on the design and the look. It's difficult to think of a name for this character actually. I'm thinking something princessy as a name. So let's go to... not that. La Princesa? Or... what's pain? Okay, right. So... Penna is pain. Princess Pain. So La Princesa Penna. Penna. Okay, just remember Penna. Okay, so brilliant. We'll go with this. Copy. Go back to the screen so I can see if anyone pops in on the chat. Go back here. Not there. Never there. Never there. Never, never, never there. Go here. Right. So render editor. So that was the first one. Save image as. So 001. Did it only save that? That's not helping me. Okay, we'll go with that. so sure someone who can speak Spanish will tell me that that's absolutely useless, that translation. So we're going to save as scene. Then we're going to move on to the final luchadora in this episode. I'll go for a different attire on this one. I think I know which one I might go for, actually. So, first of all, see, that annoys me that I can actually highlight it there, but when I go to the surface and rendering, it only gives me the choice of both. Anyway, let's not worry about that now. Deleting that. We want to change this, so browse. I did have one in mind that I was going to use. Well, I'm going to use all of them, but go for this. And then we change the opacity strength to the one that links up, which should be that one. And it is. Going to... I'm trying to remember the design. I used it the same design on the Ultimate Luchador when we created him. Just a case of remembering what it is. Where I would have saved it, more importantly. I think I might know. Yes, he does remember. It's the Leon Ruff. I don't know what the difference is. Well, it's the scaling, apparently, so... Right. Okay, so let's just reshape this whole malarkey. Okay, right, we'll try that again. Oh dear. Okay, we'll try that again. Without it being highlighting anything in the scene. Hopefully it's going to let me do this properly. Otherwise it's going to be a bit of a pain in the bum. There we go. Scale. Want that to be bigger. Let's move this so it goes where we want it to. So let's drop this down. Sometimes it looks like it's coming through the mask, but as just a test, this isn't what we're going to finish with. I just want to have a look, see how it lays out on the actual render. Okay, so it is behind. Okay, that will be fine. I just need to lower it, if anything, actually. Like so. Then we're going to change the colours of all of this, so it's in keeping. Frill 1. None. Actually, get rid of that. None. Actually, I don't know if there are any other colours that default with the rough. Probably should have a look at that, really. Well, they've got that. Okay. Then if I change this to quite a deep red, then let's change the look of the lady underneath as well. I was just going to call her Parry, so yeah, you can see where I was going with that one then. Okie dokie. Let's go back to my content library. Let's go back to my poses. Back to the good old trusty Liquid Rust Productions. bit too scary pale, that one actually. So we'll try this one. Okay. I was going to go with blue eyes, but not that blue. There we go. There you go, a little bit of makeup, but not too much. With the head. Is the mask even attached to this one properly? Nope. Okay, well, let's change that. Okay, I can fix that anyway. Change mask fix parent to, make sure I'm going to do it on the right thing first of all. Cool. Should be that. So in theory, now, like I said, this is in theory. There you go. I saw the ear was poking out. I can change that, but as it's not going to be in the shot, I'm not overly worried. So let's have a look at that as a render, just see what we think. Okay, the mask is creating too dark of a shadow in there, so go to posing and shaping, and it should be parameters, display, maybe not. Okay, cast shadows off. Let's try another look at that again. There you go. It's not bad. Now I just want to change the head shape ever so slightly. And actually, whilst I'm on that, let's pose her face a little bit, so let's make her squint effectively. That's better. So we'll go for this. See if we like that. Okay, maybe. And just move that across slightly. You can see I get quite picky sometimes, which is good and bad. That actually might be the one. Yeah, that's the one. You like that? Okay, so render editor. So just having a look at the three we've done. That one, this one, and this one. So, as I said, this is just going to be Paris. Simple as that. Female name, French themed luchadora. That will work. File, save as, scene. And we can save Paddy, some would say. Don't know who those people are, but some would say that. So that is the 3 Luchadora renders as requested in one of the previous videos I've done in this series. I think that those were quite nice, diverse designs. We've got the skull design for Suicida. We've got the purpley blue kind of scattered design of Princessa or La Princesa Penna, and we've got Paddy. So 3 luchadoras, tick, which will bring us to an end of this episode. So if you have liked this video, please do hit a like button and subscribe down below if you haven't done so already for more content on this channel. As I said, on Friday of this week I will be going away for about 2 weeks to Canada. If you're watching this after that time, then don't worry yourself, I'll be back by then. So I'm going to try and knock out a few videos between now and then, so you guys, like I said, won't miss me too much when I'm gone. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this, guys. I've been ScottBGaming. Until next time, I'll see you around.